football!
All right, gentlemen, let's dive into one of the great rookie quarterback performances, probably in NFL history in terms of playoffs.
Yeah, there we go. I think you could say that. You absolutely could say that.
CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans, by the way. I'm Phil Mackey. This is Jeremiah Sirles and Alex Boone. These guys played 16 combined years in the National Football League trenches, and they pull back the curtain and break down film so that we can get smarter and we can expand our knowledge of football. Let's take a look at just a few plays from that ass whooping the Texans put on the Browns to advance into the divisional round, gentlemen. CJ
Seriously,
Stroud.
Cleveland. Seriously. I'm not gonna lie. We may have called it the week before when we were like, God, it's getting a little reckless, right? And then all of a sudden,
Joe Flacco was going to turn
two
back into a
picks
pumpkin
later,
at midnight.
we were like, oh God,
the Flacco pumpkin was going to happen, and
hey,
the signs were there.
They were.
I mean, he'd thrown like 3 picks 2 weeks ago, and they overcame it. But when you talk about playoff football, the turnovers are the great equalizer, but far and away, right? Because you can get away with it on subpar teams during the regular season. You start getting in the playoffs, playing the elites of the elites, they make you pay. They burn you with turnovers, and that's exactly what the Texans did.
Even more so, how about how badly they shut down that defense? Like, Myles Garrett was not a factor at all in that game. I'm not even kidding.
Laramie Tunsil, baby.
Laramie Tunsil, huge shout out. And I'm not going to say that they weren't chipping and they weren't coming after him, but Laramie Tunsil did his job. Like, that was the one thing going into this game that I was like, man, he's never had Myles Garrett breathing down his neck, and it's going to be interesting. Nope, he didn't. He was like, nah, man, I can go through my progressions. I can do what I got to do. And the defense coming out, getting the ball for us, like, these are the things that when you look at this team, you're like, wow, they really surprised me. They surprised me because they're young players, and there's a lot of things that Cleveland has that you're looking at that you're like, maybe sometimes ignorance is bliss. These guys are going in, and they're like, man, we've been winning. Who cares? And all of a sudden, you're like, I don't know, man. This defense is really good. Like, what's his name? Okoro Osu, the linebacker that came out of nowhere and smoked CJ, and he just threw a dart. Like, there's no fear in this quarterback, and you look at him, and you're like, there's almost Stafford-esque. This is scary. This is scary when you're not afraid of getting hit. And even when you take the big hits, you're like, I'm ready to go. Like, dude, I'm telling you, it's an X factor. Not a lot of quarterbacks can do that. And this dude is special. And I love DeMeco Ryans. I love how he's coaching this team. I love how he's in this.
Well, we'll go widescreen here in a second. If you haven't already, please click the like button and the subscribe button on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel. We're 6 or 7 months into this venture, the only show in America, as far as we know, where a fan gets to sit down and ask a bunch of dumb questions and watch film with 2 former NFL offensive linemen, and OLineCommittee.com for all of your offensive line lifestyle merchandise and apparel here. Full screen, boys. Let's take a look at what the Houston Texans did. We'll just look at a few plays against the Cleveland Browns. Okay.
2x2. Got an overload front. Myles Garrett on the right side. We're going to go on the right here. We're going to sort it on the left.
Look at that chip. This is the play. This is what I was telling you about. Dude, no fear in this kid.
Yeah, so they went full. So pause it right there. We'll talk through the protection here because the back absolutely screws this up. So the way this overload front, right? You got 3 defensive linemen from the center over. Right, so 93, 95, 99. Smith, Garrett, and I think that's Dalvin Tomlinson in 93. I'm not 100% sure. But so right here, CJ Stroud's going, okay, I want to make sure I'm protected to my danger side. So he took this offensive line for a 4-man slide to the right. So he's saying, hey, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, you're responsible for the 3 down plus 29 if he comes. Left tackle, earn your money. Right? We pay you a lot of money out here. You do that. Running back, you start your scan number 6, and then you work your way out. Right? So you see everyone sliding right. They do a great job passing through it, pushing through it. Like, a lot of attention to Myles Garrett, obviously. Right? They come through here. The back chips, and then 6 green dogs. Right? So green dog is when you have the back in man coverage, and if you see him block, then you just trigger and go. So number 6 does what we call a green dog here. And so the back's got to see this, or he can't chip this long. Right? The back is kind of caught in no man's land here, where he kind of gets caught actually blocking instead of more chipping, which allows 6 to get involved in this play. But watch CJ Stroud looking fully right, like Boone said. Right? Progression. Right, middle, number 3. Launch it as I'm getting killed.
Boom. Still looks to see if it got completed. Ohio State kids.
And in the bucket.
Boom.
Nico Collins, man, reemergence.
What a season, man.
Reemergence for Nico Collins. You get Tank Dell back. I hope they draft him another weapon, too. Go get him Brock Powers, a tight end that's just a dog. Right?
Dirty.
I mean, nothing against Dalton Schultz. He's a little old, and he dropped some bad passes in this game. But go get him a dog at tight end. Let's go.
I do want to show you at least one huge chunk play in the running game because I know you guys love this.
Is that Motor? Singletary, is that Motor?
Yeah.
We call
Dude.
him Motor in
Yeah,
Buffalo.
Look at
Pull,
Laramie
right?
Tunsil
Cut the defense.
off the
Cut
line.
the defense.
He like beats the snap.
Left tackle.
Yeah, he's ready. Look at him. He's geared up. He's like, I'm gonna reach the shit out of this guy. Watch this. Watch me. Watch me do this, dude. I'm not kidding. This ball snapped, and he is like 3 steps in there already. This is playoff football. You have got to have. Look at that. You have to have the anticipation of everything.
Climbing.
This is a great job. Great job on the B. Great job. Was that a single?
God, look at this.
Yeah, like Shaq Mason getting out there in space.
Shit.
Juice Scruggs, the rookie, getting out there in space and climbing up on the backside linebacker.
Just
Backside
enough.
linebacker is the one who always makes the play on this one, right? The pin pull scheme forever and always to stop it and beat it. Number 6 here has got to be, and with where number 6 is, he's already out leveraged this B block, right? This is a B1. This guard's got to go. He's telling his tackle like, buddy, you're on your own here because I got to roll.
That's why he's
this
flying.
is a great job, even on the front side.
So this is
44.
like he's getting here and he's got to get out here,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
You
and
have to because it's a
44
toss.
Yeah, and
You gotta
44 it already has out leveraged the center, the right guard a little bit, and the right guard's able to give just enough on Dalvin Tomlinson here for the center to reach and then get out there. And Shaq Mason's he's a Pro Bowl guard. He's played in this league a long time.
Long time.
I mean, there's no one for the tackle to hit for 10 yards.
Go back.
Right.
I'll show you why. They do a fly motion right at the last second, which pauses. Look at
It
Taki
pauses both
Taki.
linebackers.
See, he's looking right now, and just as the ball snapped, him and Okora both stop, and they don't move. They freeze, which allows us on this, we would call this a single and a B, to get on these guys. And that's why they're kind of not panicked, these guards. They have a second to hold, because see that motion right there? See how it pauses those guys for a second? That's just enough to climb on them. Dude, this is...
Because they see CJ Stroud. They see a lot of times Stroud's opening to his right on these plays, but like you see him turn his back right there and do the fake handoff and then pitch it back to the left. Like that's what holds those guys. He's not taking a step to his right. He's just opening and the fly sweep, which holds him just long enough. That's a great wrinkle to a pin pull to help your offensive lineman.
Absolutely. I used to love when they did that. They'd be like, hey, you don't have to freak out because we're going to hold these guys. You'd be like, oh, thank God.
Look at this pocket collapsing a little bit. He just kind of jumps up and makes this completion 30 yards down the field.
I mean, again, here's Myles Garrett. He's getting there, but Tunsil does just enough. Gosh,
Look
dang
at
it,
that.
he's so good, dude.
Look at that.
I'm telling you, MVP.
He's
Dude,
in
they
the
need to
mix
keep their
next year,
coaching
man.
staff. That's what they need to do. They need to make sure nobody leaves.
Yeah, no one gets poached.
No one's allowed to leave. Sorry, guys. You're stuck here another year. I'm telling you, that's what screws up teams. You get a new guy, and he's like, I can do it better. And you're like, oh, God. We were doing great before. What are we doing better?
Just a flick, man.
Just look at that.
Let's keep going, man. All right, now we're in the red. In the red area.
We're in the red.
We're gonna fake that. We're gonna fake that toss now. Okay.
There's
See,
Big
dude.
Tunsil again.
Let's see what's happening.
Right? Athletic left tackles. This is a missile screen, right? We call this missile. Everyone's going one way. You step one way, you put your foot in the ground, and you get out here. This is how you take advantage of a really aggressive defense, right? And that's what the Browns have been known as, just being super aggressive, right? They're just trying to we call them sled warriors. They're just trying to get up the field, right? 96, 95. 95 sees it late, but 96 is hook, line, sinker. He's got no chance, right? He comes out here, and then Tunsil, the ability to break down in space on a corner and just cover him up. Like, we see so many guys swing and miss out here, right? Just got to cover him up. Just cover him up. Let him do his thing. You push him into number one. Oh, it's a thing of
Also,
beauty, man.
watch
That
here.
cornerback wanted no smoke. He wanted.
That was a job
none-
decision. That was a business decision.
You saw him backing up slowly, like, dude.
You see
you
those
can have
big
it.
red hands coming at you right here.
you can have
you're
it.
gonna get these hands.
Probably
But
screaming.
like, you've got motion going this way, you've got the fake toss going this way, and then you have every one of these Browns defenders here, all 8 of them in this box, also taking the bait, right?
Yeah.
So like all of these dudes are moving up and to the left on your screen, and the play's coming back out here with one of the best left tackles
Look at
in the
that.
NFL leading the way. I mean,
It's great when your guard can get out before that linebacker, too. Because that guy makes the play a lot, but this is why. Right here. Is that Scruggs?
Yeah, second rounder out of Penn
Yeah.
State.
I mean, he's doing a great job of getting out. And I see with the dilemma he's in. He's like, I see the safety running in here, but I see this linebacker here, too. Dude, Get out there flat. That's hard to do. Whoop. Just gonna pitch it here.
Run.
You know what the theme of the week was? Shitty tackling.
Yeah, bad, poor tackling.
Bad tackling. That was the theme of the week.
This
is a bear. This is a true bear. Look, we got viced up over here. They're like, we're not letting you do anything. We're like, thank God, because we're going to pretend to run it. Look how many guys are in this picture. Oh, God.
Full play action. Come in.
Taki can't help himself. He's like, oh, God, I'm in.
Both these dudes are just like, we got to get Stroud. We got to kill him. Wait, you were supposed to cover him. No, you were supposed to cover him. All right, one of our buddies will tackle him. Nope.
Right? No, we're not.
I mean, they've got look at Beck. They've got the fullback running the corner route down there, just clearing the dudes out.
Right there.
47 running that corner, that speed demon.
25 yards down the field, man.
Decoy.
That's a decoy.
But yeah, I mean, the tackling was awful. Ray Lewis was talking about on the Manning broadcast, he's just like, these angles these guys are taking is just horrific. And I mean, you get in the playoffs with guys that can run after the catch. If you don't take good angles, they're so fast. They just put the burners on and they're just gone.
Look at this. It's the same, and we did the Packer breakdown too. And I'm just an idiot fan. Why? I mean, the way that they are marrying their run concepts with these play actions too. Here's another one where it's motion, it's a fake handoff, and it's you've already seen the look and gotten gashed in the running game, and then it manifests with a tight end going over the top on this play.
That's Schultz.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, he goes to the corner, puts his foot in the ground. You know why he does?
Because the fullback just went to the corner. Remember? And now he puts his foot in the ground, and now I've got everybody. It's these one little things you keep throwing off.
Go back to the top one more time.
Watch, he's going to push hard for the corner and then cut right across his face.
Watch the free safety too. The free safety jumps this route over the middle, right? The backside free safety. You see him right here. He thinks this is a corner by Schultz. So he's like, okay, Schultz is run over there. Strong safety will have him. I'm going to jump this big over route coming over the middle here, which is what really opens up this play. Right there. See, that free safety's toast.
So he thinks he's jumping this right here.
Yes, because he thinks Schultz is going to the corner like you saw before, and now when Schultz cuts back, it just opens up the rest. Yes.
Right, because he sees the quarterback rolling that way. Right? Not many quarterbacks can roll, set up, and then throw back across the field. Right? This throwback.
This is literally like a 50-yard throw.
Yeah, you see him panic late, but like that's a long throw. It also goes back to like this can't happen if someone's in his face. Right, if someone's in Stroud's face here, but you nailed it, Mackey. They're all thinking run, so no one's respecting the bootleg here, right? 54 is down in there. Everyone's down in there thinking we got to stop this run and allow Stroud to get all the way out here with no one in his face. Set his feet. He's on the 45-yard line, back across the field, and drops it right on the goal line.
Dude,
the number, basically.
Dimer.
Look at that, dude. Oh. The Houston
in my
Texans,
veins.
man. This right here. Oh.
Right there.
Gonna be so good. They're gonna be good for a long time.
The Ravens might, I
don't think the Ravens dismantle them, though. I don't think the Ravens dismantle them. I don't. I think they fight.
But they're here. They're here for 10 years.
This needs to be a lesson to the rest of the NFL. You can win with young football teams.
Yes.
You can move on from old quarterbacks, and you can move on from guys that have been in your organization for a very long time, and the fans love them, and do what the NFL is always trying to do, which is what? Get younger. Always get younger, because the Packers are one of the youngest teams, if not the youngest team. The Texans are right up there with young teams. You start getting younger in the league, you're going to be good for a long time. And these two teams between the Packers and the Texans are perfect examples of it. May be scary, and people are scared of change, and everyone's nervous, but you don't win the lottery if you don't play.
Correct.
You can't do it. You got to try and take a chance. You got to try and take a chance with some of these young quarterbacks that they're going to give their team the best chance to win.
Yeah, and guess what? Now CJ Stroud he's on a rookie scale contract for 4 more years after this.
Yeah, because you'll take his 5th-year option.
And you just build, man. Build that car, build those trenches.
Will Anderson, one of the best pass rushers in the league, right?
Yep.
You go get him. I mean, you go get him another receiver this year.
You know what the problem is, Sirles? What's the problem? Everyone's afraid that they can't coach him up. Everyone's like, oh my God, I'm going to have to coach these guys a ton. I'm going to have to do all this. But that's what it takes to be a great team. You have to develop. Why were the Patriots so good for so long? Because they developed players. They came into their system and they were like, this is your job. This is only your job. You just do your job and everybody else will do their job and we'll win. Eventually, you're like, oh, I buy in. But if you just keep getting these coaches poached out constantly and you keep all of a sudden drafting these players that aren't good, or you have coaches that can't coach, you just continue to fall over your feet over and over and over again. Football is one of the hardest games in the world because you're trying to get 11 guys to do one thing. And everybody's like, I can do it better. So you're convincing them like we have to do this together, right? That's why this is so hard. And I see why teams are like, man, do we really want to bring in a young player? Yes. Yep. And dude, BA used to say it all the time. No risk it, no biscuit. You're not going to do anything continuing to do the same old thing over and over and over. That's insanity. That is literally the definition of insanity. And that's why I love when teams go out and they're like, you know what? We had a great run. Like, dude, when Peyton Manning left, I think we were all like, what? And then Tom left and we were like, what? But now it's becoming a normal thing where it's like, hey, eventually the time is up and somebody has to move on. And you see these younger players coming out, and even I'm like, holy shit, did you see that?
It's a blast right now.
Dude, it's insane what's going on, and you got to go out and capitalize on it. And shout out to Houston for doing it.
Houston, awesome stuff, man. CJ Stroud throwing dimes all over the place. Fun breakdown.
See you in Baltimore, baby.
Let's get it. Fun weekend of division games. If you guys could click that like button and the subscribe button on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel. We'll see you guys next time.